What's up guys, it's the Ultimate Fighting Consultant back at it again with your quick picks for UFC Sandhagen versus Figueiredo. But before we dive in, let's talk about last week because we absolutely crushed it. We finished the night with 6.76 units net profit. If you were betting $100 a unit, that's over $670 in your pocket. We nearly swept the card. The only miss being our underdog of the week, Giga Chikadze, and even that fight was a close one. We cashed the boost at plus 120, hit a straight bet on Schnell. Gutierrez came through big with 1.5 units on him, and our plus 110 safety bet with Gary and Ikram hit clean. That makes it 6 safety bets in a row, and we're now sitting at a 19-5 record in the safety bet category, up 19.37 units. That's over $1,900 in profit. If you would have been tailing all my safety bets with $100 a unit, it didn't stop there. We had Blackshear and Elder, which cashed. Simon refunded because we had him under the decision only money line. We hit a Moines by sub at plus 115 with Jocelyn Edwards on the money line, and we closed the night out with Randy Brown and Zhang Mengyang doing exactly what we expected. If you want all my plays for this week, make sure to click the link down below and use code VIP to lock in 50% off the monthly price. Now that we got that out of the way, let's get right to the picks. Opening up the card, we got Ivana Petrovic taking on Juliana Miller, and I'm going with Petrovic here. She's the more technical fighter, and I just haven't been impressed with Miller. She's wild, she gets hit a lot, and her fight IQ isn't great. Petrovic should be able to keep this one clean and pick her apart over 3 rounds. Give me Ivana Petrovic as the pick. Next up, we got Thomas Petersen taking on Dontel Mays, and look, this isn't going to be the most technical fight. Both guys aren't very skilled, but if I had to pick one that was slightly more skilled than the other, it would be Thomas Petersen. He's the slightly more polished fighter. He's got good wrestling, solid pressure, and I think that's enough to get the win here. Mays is just too inconsistent, so give me Thomas Petersen as the pick. Next up, we got Gaston Bolanos taking on Quang, and I'm going with Bolanos. He's got the power, he's explosive, and he's the more dangerous guy on the feet. Quang's scrappy, but I think Bolanos is just going to be too much, land the cleaner shots, maybe even puts him away. Give me Gaston Bolanos as the pick. Next up, we got Gillian Robertson taking on Mariana Rodriguez, and I'm going with Robertson here. We know what her game plan is. Get the fight to the ground and chase the subs, and Rodriguez just hasn't shown the ability to stop that kind of grappling. If this fight hits the ground even once, I think it might be a wrap. Give me Gillian Robertson to get the dominant win. Next up, we got Azamat Bekoev taking on Ryan Loder, and I'm going with Bekoev. He looked great in his short notice debut against Zach Reese, and that's no easy task. He has super clean grappling, good control, and he doesn't make a lot of mistakes. Loder's a decent wrestler himself, but I think Bekoev is just a level above, so give me Azamat Bekoev as the pick. And for our feature prelim, we got Yana Santos taking on Miesha Tate, and this one's tough because neither fighter has looked great lately, but I am going to side with Miesha Tate. She's the more proven vet, she's got the better cardio, and she's got the grappling edge here. I think she can mix in the takedowns, control Santos, and just do enough to win the rounds, so give me Miesha Tate as the pick. Opening up the main card, we got Jeremy Stephens taking on Mason Jones, and I'm going with Mason Jones. Stephens hasn't fought in nearly 3 years, and that's a pretty big red flag. Meanwhile, Jones has been active, and even though he lost to Ludovic Klein, he held his own against a very tough opponent. I think he's sharper, throws more volume, and he should be able to outwork Stephens over 3 rounds, so give me Mason Jones as the pick. Next up, we got Serhiy taking on Cameron Smotherman. I'm going with Sidey. He's fast, sharp on the feet, and I like his movement a lot. Smotherman's got good power, but I think Sidey keeps this fight technical, makes him miss, gets him frustrated, and picks him apart. So give me Serhiy as the pick. Next up, we got Daniel Marcos taking on Montel Jackson. I'm going with Marcos. He's undefeated, super durable, has clean boxing, and he always brings the pressure. Yeah, Jackson can be dangerous early, but he does tend to slow down, and Marcos doesn't. If this fight goes long, I think Marcos takes over. Give me Daniel Marcos as the pick. Next up, we got Santiago Ponzinibbio taking on Daniel Rodriguez, and I'm going with Ponzinibbio. Both guys are at the vet stages of their careers, but I trust Santiago's chin and output more. He's got solid leg kicks and clean boxing, and I think he just outpoints Rodriguez over 3 rounds. Rodriguez can be a bit stagnant at times, and I think Ponzinibbio takes the fight to him and capitalizes on that. So give me Santiago Ponzinibbio as the pick. And for our co-main event, we got Nickal taking on Reinier the Ritter, and I am going with Bo here. His wrestling is top tier, he's super explosive, but I'm worried because in this sport, you can't just have yes men around you. The level of delusion to go out there after your last win against Craig, which you barely squeaked by the decision win, and say you dominated him. It's not the fact he barely won, because he's a young guy and he's still learning in this sport. It's the delusion afterwards, which isn't very good. But still, I think he gets it done here. But I'm not hammering his money line. If he's not going to go out there and do what he's good at, he's not going to look like his price tag at all. But I am still picking him. Give me Nickal as the pick. And for our main event, we got Cory Sandhagen taking on Deiveson Figueiredo, and I'm going with Sandhagen. He's got the reach, the footwork, the pace, and he's going to make this a nightmare for Figgy. If this fight stays on the feet, he's going to pick him apart from range. If this fight goes to the ground, Sandhagen should be able to get it back up to the feet. He was able to scramble out of Umar Nurmagomedov's takedowns, and I think he could keep this fight where he wants it. Figueiredo is a very skilled fighter, but I just think Sandhagen is too technical, too active, and too smart. Give me Cory Sandhagen as the pick. And that wraps up our video, guys. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, drop your picks down below. I'm the Ultimate Fighting Consultant. I'll see you in the next one.